The commercial dairy and mutton industry in Kenya is growing fast and contributing greatly to the national GDP. In the past few years, goat farming has since become very popular amongst small-scale farmers, both in the rural and urban areas of Kenya. Considering the fact that the Kenyan population loves meat, goat meat is also on high demand. Goat milk is also quickly gaining track among dairy consumers due to its many health benefits, which we will elaborate further in the show. A few dairy goat farmers are taking it a notch higher by processing goat milk into pasteurized milk and yogurt. The term value addition can be described as the enhancement of a raw product, increasing its worth for consumption by the targeted consumers. Goat farmers are reaping big by adding value to goat milk. On today's episode, we take you to Kiambu County in Kibidav Farm. Kibidav Limited is a dairy goat farm with a cottage industry where they add value to their goat milk. They have perfected the art of converting goat milk into delicious nutritional products. Here, we find Lois Mbabu, the production manager, who takes us through the procedures that take place before they process the goat milk.
Welcome to Kibidav Limited. We are processors of goat's milk. Our brand name is Togs. I'm the production manager, and I would like to take you through the process of processing goat's milk. So this is where we receive our raw milk. Our milk we receive from different farmers. We have our own farm here at Kibidav, where we receive milk from our own farm. We also outsource. We get milk from all the way from Meru, from Nakuru, from Naivasha, and also Kikuyu. So when we are going to collect that milk from the farmers, we do some quality test on that milk to ensure that our milk is of good quality. Because if you receive milk which is of bad quality, it's going to translate to the end product.
Well, have you ever come across goat milk products such as yogurt in any of the retail outlets and wondered what it takes to make it? Kibidav Limited, the owners of Togs goat milk products, have excelled in this and always endeavor to meet their customers' expectations. The whole process before shelving of products in stores commences with milk testing. This is the first step to ensure quality and freshness of the milk. These tests include to check if the goat milk has been adulterated with cow milk, which is a common occurrence. A bacterial test is also done at the farm level to confirm whether the milk is water or additives free. These tests are further redone at their state-of-the-art laboratory. Lois elaborates further on this.
So this is our lab. It's quite small, but this is we have another microbiological lab outside the premises where we do the microbial analysis of all the products. But here it's generally for the raw milk, where we test. This is the kit that we use for testing the presence of cow's milk in goat's milk. Most of the farmers, they tend to do that because goat's milk is more expensive than cow's milk, so they would like to earn an extra coin by mixing. But we have done a lot of trainings to our farmers, so they don't do a lot of adulteration with cow's milk. So this is the kit that we normally use for testing the goat's milk. It's a strip. It is a strip where we put a sample in this test tube, a sample of milk, and then we insert a strip like this one, and then within like 2 minutes you have your result. So it's a quick test. So when you have if you look closely, you see like this time we had tested and it was positive with cow's milk. You can see it has a blue and a red strip. This shows that it has cow's milk in it. This is positive. When it is negative, it only has a blue strip cutting across. So, but it's a rare case for us. But it's a confirmatory test we have. It's a mandatory test. You have to test this before we receive that milk from whichever farmer comes here. So the next step is we have this machine where we test, it is a milk analyzer. It does quite a lot. It tests the butter fat of that milk. It tests if the milk has water, the freezing point. It also tests the pH of the milk. And if you're okay with the quality that you've set, then you're good to go. We have this machine here. This is for testing antibiotics in milk. We also don't receive milk that is adulterated with antibiotics because you cannot remove antibiotics from the milk. So it goes up to the end product and up to the consumer. So we like protecting our consumers, and by doing so, we like testing for the presence of antibiotics in the milk. So we have these are strips for testing the hydrogen peroxide in milk. Hydrogen peroxide is mainly used by people as a preservative. So we also test for the presence of hydrogen peroxide in milk. We also do some titratable acidity. We like testing the acidity of our milk to see if it is good for processing or not. We also do the bacterial load. We check the bacterial load of the milk. So when all those tests have passed, now that is the time we say that our milk is good for processing. And all those tests, they are done at the farm level. We are that serious. Yes. So when it comes here, just confirming, and when we are confirmed that the quality is good, then we are good to go with the processing. So this is the test, and I'm going to demonstrate. So first of all, you put in a buffer, and then we put in our sample, and then we put our strip. We want to test if you see there is nothing on that strip, so we are going to test if it's going to be positive or negative. The milk is from one of our farmers, so we give it like 2 minutes, then we are going to get our results. We are going to test if our milk sample has antibiotic. Now that we have seen it doesn't have cow's milk. So this is our strip, and then we are going to give it like just a few seconds. So our results for antibiotics are out, and here are our results. Our milk doesn't have antibiotics. When milk has antibiotics, the strips that are running across the strip are going to be faded. Our milk sample doesn't have any antibiotics, so it's good for processing.
After confirmation that the milk is of desired quality, it is stored in 50-liter cans for transportation into the main ballast tank. It is then pumped and directed to the area of processing. The processing area consists of pasteurizers and coolers. Coolers are used to store excess milk for future use.
Now from our lab, our milk, we have confirmed that our milk is good, it's of good quality. Now it's time now to receive that milk. So we open this window, and milk comes in cans, 50 liters cans. So we pour that milk into this ballast tank, and then we pump it. We have a pump here where we pump our milk now to the processing, where we have pasteurizers, we have cooler tanks. So it depends with what we are processing at the moment. If the milk is too much, we can't handle all of it at that moment, we have a cooler tank where we preserve that milk for processing later in the day. Yeah, so we are going to get into the processing area, and we see how we process different products. That is pasteurized milk, yogurt, and cheeses.
Here, the milk undergoes various processes, transforming it into various products such as pasteurized milk, cheese, and yogurt.
Now, once we have received our milk, this is where we put the excess milk. This is a cooler tank. It's a 1,000 liters capacity. Then we have pasteurizers here. We have 2 pasteurizers, and the farthest is also a cooler tank, but for fresh pasteurized milk. The first one is for raw milk, the other one is for pasteurized milk. Yeah, because when we do the pasteurization, we have to bring down the temperatures to below 10. Then we start packing that fresh milk.